Long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the Star Wars.
Star Wars. Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Star Wars.
Ah, yes, Star Wars. An adventure and sci-fi series I have grown to love as a child. The story of the Skywalker family. A series that means, well, the world to me, and one that I love so very much. Now, unfortunately, in 2012, George Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney.
These are my kids. So
all those Star Wars films.
All the Star Wars films.
They were your kids.
Yeah, well, they are right. You know, I loved them. I created them. I'm very intimately involved in them, and obviously to
and
sell
you
them
sold
off,
them.
I sold them to the white slavers that take these things and.
Disney does things such as make fun of old characters in the old continuity and then bring them back, or take a vital character and then put them out and change their appearance slightly and their background. Or, in some cases, change them so drastically that they don't even look like their former selves, except by name. But just to rub salt on the wound, in 2019, Kathleen Kennedy, head of Star Wars, said this.
Is this the final entry in the trilogy, a particularly hard nut to crack? I don't know why it's jumping around like this, but here we go. Every one of these movies is a particularly hard nut to crack. There's no source material. We don't have comic books. We don't have 800-page novels.
Hold on. This whole operation was your idea.
Now, hearing this gave old Expanded Universe fans this reaction. Star Wars at its core really is the original 6 films. It's the tragedy of Anakin Skywalker, a man whose destiny is forced upon him. He is always a prisoner, a slave. It's about his rise, fall, and redemption. A man who, no matter what he wants to do, is doomed to become this horrifying, terrible monster, this machine that is a killer. I mean, he kills children. Now, most people would consider a character like this irredeemable, one that should be either killed, imprisoned, or just downright defeated. But his son, Luke Skywalker, decides, no, I'm going to save him. I'm going to bring him back to the man he once was. I'm going to free him of his imprisonment and let him be the person he once was. And eventually he gets through to Anakin, and Anakin is able to defeat the darkness inside him that is Darth Vader. And in doing so, he takes his former master, the Emperor, and kills him, thus completing his destiny and bringing balance to the Force. And it's all thanks to Luke Skywalker. If Luke hadn't been there to help him, Vader would still be Vader, and Anakin would be no more. So what does Disney do when they get Luke Skywalker? Well, a similar event happens with his nephew, Ben. And Luke's first thought is to kill him? And then he regrets it, but it's too late. Because of this, his whole Jedi Order falls. And later on, when they find him in exile and confront him, asking him to come and help fix all of this, what does Luke do? He says no. He says, I'm not helping. I quit. What? What? Even Mark Hamill hates what they did to his character.
I said to Ryan, I said, Jedis don't give up. I mean, even if he had a problem, he would maybe take a year to try and regroup. But if he made a mistake, he would try and right that wrong. So right there, we had a fundamental difference. That's the crux of my problem. Luke would never say that. I'm sorry. Well, in this version, see, I'm talking about the George Lucas Star Wars. This is the next generation of Star Wars. So I almost had to think of Luke as another character. Maybe he's Jake Skywalker. He's not my Luke Skywalker.
These two versions of the same character are astronomically different. The Luke Skywalker I grew up with as a child was a hero, one that I truly respected and looked up to. I mean, he went into horrifying battles, all for the greater good. He would go and fight terrifying creatures, and even after death went to help the next generation. That was the hero, the Luke Skywalker I grew up with. And Disney killed him. Thanks for listening to this story of Star Wars falls to Disney.